YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Share the link with your people. Let them know we are starting. I'm going to share tell us a bit about Temi, so you know the powerhouse that is talking to us today. You know how lucky we are to have the Temi agree to come and teach us. I know this is for FinTribe women. We have over 100 people join us. That's amazing. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, financial women. Trust me, all the good things you are doing for you people. I know my reward is in heaven, Sha. To go and bring a whole Temi to come and talk to people free of charge, free of charge. Tell me that she'll be preparing for her class, but I dragged her. Okay, so let me quickly, I don't want to take your time. I want us to get started highest by 7:05. I'm going to read a bit about Temi so that she can take the floor. So Temi is listed as one of the 100 most powerful Nigerians under 40. Oh God. Oh my God. You see the caliber of person I brought to us. Okay. She's also one of the 50 shapers of the new decade by Why Niger and being recognized as one of the top 50 personalities on LinkedIn in Nigeria. Hey, see the person I brought to you to come and teach us about LinkedIn. Okay. She's a lawyer, of course, she's a lawyer, a journalist, and a comparer for high-profile events. Not your anyhow event to high-profile event. She has over 6 years experience as a journalist, and she has been involved in radio presenting as well as TV and radio production. Remember, while you're in the comment section, let's know where you are tuning in. We have over about 125 people with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my God, Messi. Udoka, your classmates in secondary school. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow, it's been how many years? Amazing. So nice to see you. We have Nkiru from Lagos. Okay, I'm introducing Temi. So she's a corporate moderator, and if you go to her page now, that only big events she did. And she has received a lot of recommendations from her clients because she's that good. She anchored President Barack Obama's Young African Leaders Initiative. If I start naming all the things Temi has anchored in this life, she has moderated events for German Embassy in Nigeria, International Chamber of Commerce, Access Bank, World Bank. Oh my God, levels there for this thing. Okay, let me not talk much, but it's someone you definitely want to check out because Temi is amazing at what she do as a moderator, a comparer, and your favorite LinkedIn top voice. So Temi, please, are you ready for us? I think we are good to go. 7:05. We are good. Oh my God! This woman, you're not only a powerhouse. How's you fresh? How's you fine?
Yeah, be like you now. When you come to Financial Jennifer, you come correct. Amazing.
Oh my God! Yeah. Because our women, these are definitely intentional women. I don't know if I told you. I sent an email for this. Let me confess. Around 4 or 5. It's been a crazy period.
Yeah.
I didn't know the email didn't even push out, but then I'm happy to know that they are here because, like I said, my community is one of women who are intentional with their growth, and LinkedIn is something that even me, 10 years, I don't know, I'm going to hold you tight this year because I really need to take my LinkedIn serious. When is your class again? You have a class. I need to join that class before it's closed. I hope I'm taking registration. When?
Yes, so in fact, the early bird closes today. So the class is actually February 10 and 11. That's Saturday and Sunday. And then early bird closes midnight today. And
oh my God, are you serious?
Women, I mean, call it 1 billion. They're ready now. They don't need any bird, you know.
I know now, but
to save money.
please, we need to be a part of that early bird. Where can even me myself, I need to key in. Where do we join? If I want to join now, sorry, before you take over, let me get registered while you are talking.
All right, no problem. So I could drop the link. My assistant is on the call, and she will just drop the link for registration. Can we chat here? Yes.
Of course you can. Yes. But does she have the YouTube link?
No, she's even on this call now. Voices and Faces.
Amazing. Voices
so
and amazing. Okay, so anybody that has anything you drop, my people will also My people will also be on the comments because our audience are on YouTube. You know, we are chatting from YouTube, but my people will also be here in case if there are questions in the comments and everything. So we are so glad to have you. We feel so privileged. I wasn't sure if you will have our time, but you accepting to come talk to us is amazing. We are so grateful. So FinTribe, we are all about the money. In fact, we are all about the money, growing together. And I know that LinkedIn is one powerful tool. My sister, I see how people are, getting opportunities. Even some of us are still playing in Nigeria in the local space. LinkedIn people are accessing global opportunities, building powerful network. And unfortunately, that is something I have not. When it comes to Instagram, you see me there making noise and shouting everywhere. But for LinkedIn, I don't know how people do it. I won't lie. I don't know how people do it, but I'm really grateful that you are here to teach us. And I know by the time we are done, by the time we are done, I will not
going to
start
be
for your
ready.
upcoming class. We are about to take over. So I'm going to just go mute now while you take over. You are co-host, so you can share your screen. You can do what you have to do. And then my people will also be here. If we have questions on the YouTube, they can always come here. Or let me know. Let me do something. We can also share let me share the Zoom link on YouTube. Hi everyone, my YouTube family, can you hear us? So YouTube, I'm going to drop the Zoom link in case we're doing time for question. If you have questions, please, you can join Zoom, okay? You can join Zoom and you see why I took it to you. We have like 151 people here. Yeah, wow. If it was on Zoom, we can't have everyone. So I have dropped the link. Hi everyone on YouTube. I have dropped Zoom link. Feel free to join on Zoom. When it's time for question, you can always ask us question, but Zoom cannot take everyone. So feel free to join us. But remember, I said on that YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Okay, I'm bowing out now.
So the YouTube page is Financial Jennifer, right?
Yes, it's Financial Jennifer. So if there are questions, people are already joining us here. Okay, please, over to you, Temi.
Amazing. Yeah, and then my assistant would also help curate some of the questions from YouTube on Financial Jennifer.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
And then I've also sent you the link. We are good to be. Awesome. I've also sent you the link. The page is Financial Jennifer, right? Okay,
yes, it's Financial Jennifer. So you can have if you put it on your own, it will distract you. So you can either leave it on your phone. Don't have it on the same place. It will be echoing. Okay, unless you will mute it.
That's not my device. I think that's for somebody else.
I think okay. Wait, let me mute everyone. You are the co-host now. You are co-host, so feel free to mute everyone. Or let me do that. Mute all. Okay, sorry, I just mute everyone. People are joining us. I don't know the one you people want. People are joining us Zoom, but it's still fine. It's still fine. Please, over to Olivia, but my own person. Over to you, Temi. I'm zoning out. Bye. Let's learn. Temi, you are muted. Are you talking to us? You are muted, though.
Thank you so much, Financial Jennifer. Thank you for the good work you're doing with your community and, just guiding and teaching us. I know that there is always something to learn from your page. And that's one of the reasons that I'm like, okay, when I think about financial women, you are on top. You teach, and something I love about what you do is how you simplify things. You are so practical. The way you teach, you make things so simple, so practical. And I thank you so much for this invitation and this opportunity to share with your amazing community. All right, so today I'm going to be sharing about LinkedIn for business and for career. LinkedIn. So I believe that some people on this call are entrepreneurs, and some people on this call we are business, we are in a career, a 9-to-5 profession. Either way, there's something that you're going to learn from this. Jennifer has already introduced me. My name is Temi Badru. I'm a top LinkedIn voice. I teach people to leverage LinkedIn for good. In October last year, I was invited to the University of Bristol, one of the top 10 universities in the UK, to come and teach students how to leverage LinkedIn. I teach associations, I teach people individually one-on-one, and my goal is that there's so much opportunities. LinkedIn is like a gold mine. Let me start by telling you that LinkedIn is a gold mine. But what if I told you that you have a gold mine? Yes, you have a gold mine because you have access to LinkedIn. But it's a different thing to have a gold mine. It's a different thing to actually use the gold mine. So using the gold mine is what we need to do. So it's possible somebody says you have a gold mine and you're like, I have gold mine. Yes, because you have access to it. But if you don't tap the resources, if you don't tap the gold, then you are sitting on gold. You have an oil well, but you are not creating wealth from it. Then you are sitting on it. Now, the question is how? How? And then another question we need to also ask is why. First thing I'm going to do is tell you why LinkedIn. A number of people are thinking, why LinkedIn now? Why should I use LinkedIn? What's really in this LinkedIn that I should use? I'm going to answer that question shortly. First of all, LinkedIn is the world's largest professional social network. Largest professional social network. When you are thinking of professional social network in the world, LinkedIn is number one. So it's the largest professional social network with over 1 billion members. Over 1 billion people are on LinkedIn. Now, let me tell you something else. Something we probably know already. Apart from individuals on LinkedIn, there are businesses on LinkedIn. Apart from individuals, there are businesses on LinkedIn. There are multinationals on LinkedIn. There are HR. LinkedIn is the home of HR, right? Human resource professionals. They are on LinkedIn. There are consultants on LinkedIn. There's so many organizations on LinkedIn. So it's not just for individuals. LinkedIn is the home for individuals and for corporate. I want to confirm if you can hear me loud and clear, because as Jennifer and I discussed, this is such an important conversation, and I want to make sure that we hear from the start to the finish. So can you hear me clearly? Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Abimbola Falano. Thank you so much. Right. So I said that LinkedIn is the world's largest, and this is fact, social network with over 1 billion members. Fact. Over 1 billion members, including multinationals, including recruiters, including a lot of individuals. When I go on LinkedIn, sometimes one of the misconceptions, and I'm going to get to that people have, is that LinkedIn is just for entry level people who are looking for job. Yes, LinkedIn is for people who are looking for job because there are job opportunities there. But beyond that, there are also so many opportunities for senior professionals. So if you're not an entry level or a mid-level professional, the opportunities for you on LinkedIn. That's why you will see people like Tony Lumelu. Tony is not looking for a job, but he's on LinkedIn. He's a business leader. So senior professionals, CEOs, chairpersons of organizations are on LinkedIn. Another reason why I emphasize LinkedIn. Why do I emphasize LinkedIn? When somebody types your name on Google or on a public search engine, LinkedIn helps you to rank on top. So this search engine optimization, this is one of the advantages. So if you type somebody's name on Google or one public search engine, chances are that their LinkedIn profile will come on top. LinkedIn is also a channel or a platform, to impact people. It's a platform to build your personal brand. Now, before I go further, I've told you some of the reasons, but I don't want it to be abstract. So I'm going to share my personal story with you. Today, I'm recognized as a top voice. I teach LinkedIn, in and out of the country, and I help people to leverage LinkedIn for opportunities. I've also gotten opportunities myself, but it wasn't always like that. I didn't always have these opportunities. Let me tell you what happened. Some years ago, I met somebody who had seen my work and was interested in the work I did. So he was consulting for a multinational. I'm not going to mention the name of the multinational, but he was consulting for a multinational. And this multinational needed somebody to be the face of a campaign that they were doing. This gentleman had followed my work. He knew me, and then we had mutual friends. So he knew that Temi fits this thing. Temi is a good fit for this thing that they need to do. Just get her. So he contacted me. He spoke to me and told me about the campaign. I was interested because the campaign aligns with my values. It aligns with my goals. I'm happy to be on the campaign. Next thing he asks me, he says, please, can you send me your LinkedIn URL? I said, what? LinkedIn URL? At that time, this was years ago. I knew about LinkedIn, but I wasn't using it. I had, when you hear about platform, I don't know if there's anybody that is happening to now. You have LinkedIn account, you know about LinkedIn, but you are not using it. The only thing on LinkedIn is your education. You just filled in, attended social school, attended social university. That's all. That was my story. Really, that was what happened. So I didn't have anything to show them, just my name and my education, maybe one post. And this gentleman says I should send him my LinkedIn URL. So as a wise girl and as a smart lady, I tried to convince him because I was active on Facebook that time. And I told him, that what if I send my Facebook page? You can use my Facebook page instead. And then he says, they are going to insist on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is the professional social network. The keyword is not social network. The keyword is professional social network, professional. So LinkedIn is in a class of its own because it is a professional social network. There are different social networks. And when we begin to look at audiences, you see where your audience is. But this one, they wanted somebody that has a professional social network. They wanted your LinkedIn account to access you. So grudgingly, I sent it to him. But you know what I did? I added my Facebook social network, my URL. I added my Instagram URL. At least, if you don't see anything on my LinkedIn, you will now go to my Facebook and my Instagram, where I'm putting content and putting my work. And then you consider me for this position. See, let me tell you the truth. Right, Jennifer, and everybody on this call. I was already imagining how I would, when you have an opportunity coming, I was already thinking that I was going to get this opportunity, and this is how I'm going to be the face of the campaign. This is what I'm going to do, those kind of conversations. So I already thought, this opportunity. Then I sent it to the guy. A few moments, next thing I see, a notification. And if you're on LinkedIn, you understand what I mean. When somebody checks your profile, LinkedIn could send you a message, a notification that somebody just checked your profile, or that an anonymous person checked your profile. So this person checked my profile anonymously, and I got a notification. An anonymous person checked your profile. I didn't need a magician or anybody to tell me that. It was the people, those people, the multinational staff from multinational, the decision makers that check my profile anonymously. So I held on now. Well, how was it now? But see, this is one of the challenges I had. In this time, between him calling me, between them checking my profile, I did not have that opportunity. It's not like it was months. It was the same day. So I didn't have the opportunity to start editing. If I wanted to edit, what did I know that I was going to edit? I didn't have the opportunity to start posting, to start putting work, all of those things. So I just had to wait. So I think I even tried, as a Nigerian now, as a smart girl, I quickly tried and posted like 2 posts back to back. You would think it would change anything. And then afterward, that evening, the gentleman called me, and then he said, his tone, the first tone was happy. I want to recommend you to a multinational, blah, blah, blah. This second tone, he was not happy. He was sad. So that was already the first message for me that something is happening here. So he now said, that they are not going with me. Hey, God. I said, wow. As if things were and I was just waiting for him to continue. And then he said that the reason that he wanted to call me because he thought of me as, a sister. He thought of me, we're not blood relatives or anything, but he just thought of me as somebody that if I don't give her this feedback, and I'm grateful for that feedback, she may not know what she did wrong. So he told me that they checked your LinkedIn and they said, I will never forget this statement. I always quote it. There's no evidence of your work. They checked your LinkedIn and they said there is no evidence of your work. And they didn't check other social media platforms because they said LinkedIn is the professional social network and they are going to use the professional social network. I felt bad. So you couldn't even at least just peep my other social media profiles where I'm doing, where I'm posting, where I'm sharing. You are insisting on LinkedIn. Now, I said that was not enough to make matters worse. He then said to me that, and the person that they are going with, and I even feel bad. I had to recommend somebody else because, the person they are going with, I know the person is not even doing as much work as you, but the person has evidence of their work on LinkedIn, on this professional social network. I felt bad. I was like, you could have, in my mind, I'm like, you could have just stopped at the initial place that they didn't choose me because I didn't have evidence of my work. You are now telling me that somebody that you feel I do a better work than the person got selected because the person is on LinkedIn. I felt bad that day. I sent broadcast message to all my friends. I said, we need to use this LinkedIn, this platform. We need to use LinkedIn. We need to use LinkedIn. No, we can't afford to dull. We can't afford to miss out. We have to use LinkedIn. And you would think I would change things immediately, but I didn't. I didn't change things, not because I didn't want to. When you have energy, you have passion, or you've been burned, you want to change things, but I didn't change things, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't now know what to do. Okay, is it just that I should be posting? Okay, what really do I do every time I come on this LinkedIn? Everybody's always saying, I'm pleased to announce, I'm happy to announce. I didn't know how to do that. But thankfully, thank God, after some time, I began to get knowledge about LinkedIn. Today, LinkedIn recognized me. I mean, not today, but I'm looking back and saying that today, meaning now, I've been recognized, but it didn't happen on the 5th of January, but recently, right, last year actually, LinkedIn recognized me as one of these top voices. Favicon listed me as number 83 on LinkedIn globally, and number 1 on LinkedIn in communication, number 1 creator on LinkedIn in the whole wide world in the communications category, and number 83. They listed me in, I think that was October. And I look at myself and I say, me that I lost an opportunity. But I thank God, and I'm thankful that I learned from my mistake and I was able to gain knowledge. The reason I'm here today is to say that you don't have to lose an opportunity before you learn from it. You know, it's better for you to learn from somebody else's mistake than for you to make your own mistake. It's much better. And that's what I'm here today, to talk about some of the misconceptions that we have about LinkedIn, some of the myths that we have about LinkedIn, and how we can actually use LinkedIn to achieve our goals. I know that the people on this call are money women. We're smart money women. We want to, make good money. We are decent women. We are people who are, we work, we are entrepreneurs, we are enterprising. But you can use LinkedIn to achieve your goals. Now, before I talk about how, I want to talk about some of the misconceptions that we have about LinkedIn. I noticed that people have certain misconceptions. I hinted on some, but I'm going to go fully to discuss it. Number 1, some people say that LinkedIn is only for job seekers. Not true. I gave you an example. If LinkedIn is only for job seekers, what is Tony Elumelu doing on LinkedIn? What are the international players doing on LinkedIn? I mean, players in different industries. What are they doing on LinkedIn? So LinkedIn is not only for job seekers. Job seeking is a good thing to do on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is a platform that will connect you to recruiters. I have gotten headhunted on LinkedIn. I've gotten clients on LinkedIn to host events. The first time I hosted, at that time, that was my biggest event that I did for the public sector. And you will see some of it if you go on my page. The first time I did that some years back was through LinkedIn. I literally got a DM and then they sent me an email because they found my email on LinkedIn and they reached out to me. It was for the public sector. It was like at the highest level in the country. And it came from LinkedIn. Some private sector individuals also, they've reached out to me, organizations. Hello, can you come train for us? Hello, can you come speak for us? Hello, can you come and host an event for us on LinkedIn? I told you about facilitating trainings internationally on LinkedIn or internationally also. Some of these opportunities have also come from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is not only for job seekers. In fact, even if you are not seeking a job, you can get a job on LinkedIn because many times you are not even looking. A friend of mine was in an organization, right? She was in an organization in Lagos and she was doing fine. She was not looking for a job. She was okay. Guess what? Just, she has been around some of these teachings on LinkedIn, trainings I've had on LinkedIn. And she just got on LinkedIn one day and got a message from a recruiter saying that they want to headhunt her for an opportunity. When you don't even need the job, but you're like, what's this job about? I'm okay. You are earning well, you're a big girl in your own right, And then she got this opportunity. So she just said, okay, let me just see what it's about. The recruiter sent her the opportunity and lo and behold, she had a chat with the recruiter. This thing was like times 4 of the privileges that she had. She thought she was fine. By the time she got this offer, she was fine now. There are levels to being fine. So what am I saying? I'm saying that It is an opportunity for job seekers, but beyond job seekers, it is also an opportunity for people who are comfortable, who are even entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur, maybe you're not even seeking a job. It's just more opportunities you're looking at, more clients. LinkedIn is a great place for you. Entry level, mid-level, senior executive. You know, another misconception about LinkedIn. They say LinkedIn is just a place where you go and write your career history. You just go and write career history there. Career history, you write, I finished here, I graduated here. It's just a CV. While career history is an important part of the things you do on LinkedIn, that is not the sole focus. If your LinkedIn profile is only for career history, then you'll not be able to connect with people. And remember that people are, first of all, humans. It's a professional social network. Don't forget, professional and social. It's not just a professional network. It's a professional social network. So you need to also be able to engage with people. And that's part of the things I teach during my training, the house of it. I'm running fast because I have to be quick. Like she said, I have a training this Saturday and Sunday. But we said we have to do this one. I have to come, to come and talk to you here and to come and just share my thoughts with you. But I have a training Saturday and Sunday. It's 2 days. It's longer. We will sit down and talk. As a matter of fact, we will open some people's LinkedIn profile who are comfortable sharing. That's what I do in my classes. Closed door meeting, constructive feedback, and we'll open profiles. We'll have volunteers. We'll check profile. What do you need to do better? Is this good? And we'll ask the class, what kind of perception do you get when somebody has this profile? So we'll go into that fully. But as I said, LinkedIn is not just a platform for career history. It's not just for entry-level people. It's not just for job seekers. It's not just for career announcements. Some people will say that LinkedIn is boring. How? I used to think that LinkedIn was boring. And so when people see me and say that you're constantly on LinkedIn, you're on LinkedIn a lot of times, you're constantly posting, how do you do it? How are you managing? I'm not managing. I'm enjoying it because now I understand how the platform works. And I'm able to bring my own authentic self to LinkedIn. And that thing people say LinkedIn is only a platform for announcements. Where people say that, how do they say that thing on LinkedIn? I'm pleased to announce. I am pleased to announce. I'm happy to announce. And so some people think that if they don't have something to announce, if they cannot announce that they have raised 1 billion, they can't be on LinkedIn. Or if they cannot say something, if they are not experts, they can't be on LinkedIn. It is not true. Start where you are at and know that you have something of value to somebody. You have something of value. If you have 5 things, right, and somebody has 0, you can give out of your 5. It doesn't take away that another person has 100 and can give more. But understand that being your authentic self, being able to share your thoughts, your opinions, facts, to do some research, and to be able to share your own ideas is a beautiful thing. You have a unique story. If you're an entrepreneur in Abia State, if you're an entrepreneur in Lagos State, you have a story that an entrepreneur that is in the UK cannot relate to or cannot have. Because it's a different climate, it's a different place. And so you have something to share. If you're in the UK, you have something to share with people in Nigeria as well. You have such a different story. People can relate. Maybe that's not the one. They can relate, they can understand you, but it's not the same. So don't feel that your story is less or that you are not able to come and share. You are able to share because you are an authentic, unique person. And that's what we need to harness on LinkedIn, to be able to find you. Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your goals? To be able to share your thoughts and your expertise. Some people also say LinkedIn is only for, in fact, it's no longer for junior level again. It's only for experts, only for senior professionals. Not true. And I've been able to share some of those things on LinkedIn. Another thing, people say that LinkedIn people are always lying and they are always exaggerating. What do you think about that? Before I even answer, what do you think? Some people, these are misconceptions. People think that on LinkedIn, people are lying and exaggerating. Please, what do you think about that? I'd love to hear in the chat box. What do you think about that? Drop a message. What do you think? Let me know if it is some people that say, or you actually think so as well. Okay. I would like to hear, what have you heard? Okay, at least have you heard that before? Where people say that LinkedIn is only for people who are exaggerating. Drop a message in the chat box. All right, so while that is coming in, let me quickly say that it is not true that if I say that there's nobody that lies or nobody that ever exaggerates on LinkedIn, I can't speak for everyone. So I'm not able to say that there's no form of exaggeration on LinkedIn, because anywhere you have humans, there's usually that, right? Whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, just different places. But what I can say is that that's not what LinkedIn is for, and that you can thrive on LinkedIn without exaggerating and without lying. Let me give you one scenario that happened to me. I'll give you a practical scenario. I can see Olivia says, I've heard that people make jokes about exaggeration. Chinelo says, my supervisor calls it subtle bragging. You have to sell yourself. Okay, great. If you talk about what is true, it's different. But some people actually can go ahead and make it and say, I saw a cat, I saw a dog, and things that are not true, right? That is possible. But you can leverage LinkedIn, speaking the truth and getting the attention of a global audience. Let me give you an example. When I finished from school, I had a 2-1. I had a 2-1 second class upper. And because I was the kind of person that I had a 2-1, it wasn't a first class, I didn't see a need to share it. So I'm done. I had a 2-1, both in the law school and in the university. So I just felt, thankfully I had a 2-1. I would have liked to have a first class, but nothing to, maybe if it was a first class, I would have done a bit of shouting, but 2-1. But you know that second class upper is the next best thing after a first class, right? But because of, African background now, you're like, people are first class, why are you not shouting about 2-1? So I didn't talk about it. I have a classmate who went on LinkedIn and said that he finished top 10% in the largest bar in Africa. I saw the post and my first instinct was, you finished 2-1, I finished 2-1. Which one is top 10% in the largest bar in Africa? But logic setting. So I decided to do a bit of research on it. This is to show you how people perceive things, and to show that I'm also human. So sometimes I look at these stories, I'm like, But logic and research will show you that it's not always true. So I then looked at it, assuming, I'm not going to give the exact statistics, right? But assuming we were 100, we were definitely more than 100. In fact, in my campus alone, we were like 1,000. But I'm just giving you an example to help you understand how I was able to find it. Assuming we were 100, right? And 3 people had first class. 7 people had 2-1. That makes it, remember, 3 people had first class, 7 people had 2-1. The rest of people had either 2-2 or pass, or they failed, or a third class, or something lower, right? 3 people had first class. Of course, we're working with an assumption. This isn't the real statistics. In fact, you can't even have 100 people alone. 100 people is not even enough on one campus. And we have more than one campus. So, but just to give you like an analogy, 3 people with first class, 7 people assuming with 2-1, and every other person has less. That's 10 out of 100 that has either a first class or a 2-1, while 90 has something less. Assuming that this is the case, he then can you see how we came to this conclusion? He then said that 3 people with first class, 7 people with 2-1, that's 10. 10 out of 100. What is the percentage? Please, mathematicians, what is the percentage of 10 out of 100? What is the percentage? Please tell me, mathematicians. 10%, right? So he then said he had he finished top 10. That is that he finished top 10% in the class. He was correct. Now, the last part of it, which he said the largest bar in Africa. Is Nigeria the largest bar in Africa? Yes, it is. What did he do? He understood the power of facts, figures, numbers, and being able to tell his story. So me, I just came and looking at it like, hey, I finished 2-1. You are able to look at 2-1. What is 2-1 compared to what other people had? It's like somebody's looking at their cup half full and another looking at it half empty. 2-1 he understood the metrics. Thank you, Olivia. He understood the metrics. So he wasn't lying. And a lot of people, so far, let me give you another example. You used to sell plantain, bolly. I know maybe we're even doing, there's nothing wrong with doing volley. That could be a profitable business. I'm sure that smart money women, financial women could even do like volley in a way that you package it and it's earning you billions. I mean, somebody sold moi and went to the US and the first lady at that time of the US, Mrs. Michelle Obama, she had a moi, and so it's a good thing. Whatever you're doing is good to do it excellently. So assuming you are selling volley, and you used to have 100 customers in 2022. In 2023, right, you are selling volley. You used to have 100 customers in 2022. In 2023, you decided to get somebody that will help you to sell this volley. And by the end of 2023, you started to have 200 customers. And that person says that she was able to move you or she was able to move the organization or your product, and give you 100% profit. Is she lying or is she saying the truth? I want you to be the judge of these two cases, because the first one, somebody had a 2-1, they were about 10 altogether, 2-1 on first class, and he said top 10%. Another person used to sell volley. The company used to sell volley. 2022, they had 100 customers. Now they moved their profit. They got somebody else to help them sell. They now have 200. The person now said, I moved the organization by 100%. Na lie, Abina true. Please tell me. I can see Abimbola saying it is true, and Joy saying it is true. Is anybody saying it's a lie? So you see, what does that show you? Is the power of telling your story. It's the power of understanding, figures and facts. So that's to show you that some of the things you look at and say, oh, it's exaggerated, is simply people telling their story and using facts, figures, numbers. Do you understand? So don't believe when they say LinkedIn is just all about lying and bragging. They're just always bragging, announcing, I'm happy to be, I'm not happy to be. Really? LinkedIn is a platform for professional networking. And professional networks use different ways, to do that. And you can do that efficiently without having to lie or exaggerate. And that's what I wanted to share with you, misconceptions on LinkedIn. Now, haven't shared the misconceptions. I know some people are already ready. I have a few minutes more, but I'm going to run through quickly, in the next few minutes to say, how can you leverage this platform? This is 2022, February. How can you leverage it? We still have, some months to go. About 1 month is gone, and we're already in another month, and we have, about 10 more to come. We have 10 more to come, right? So how can you leverage it? First thing, if you're noting anything down, please note this. You need to set your goals for LinkedIn. Set your LinkedIn goals. Yes. And when you set your LinkedIn goals, it's not that you say that I want to blow on LinkedIn. That is not a goal. Can anybody tell me why that's not a goal? Practically, if you say I want to blow on LinkedIn, or I want to become, I want to become the next big thing on LinkedIn. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. It is not specific. Thank you, Olivia. It is not smart. What does SMART mean? Ladies and gentlemen, SMART means your goal. Remember that acronym that they taught us for goal setting? Your goal must be specific. It must be measurable. If you're noting anything, please note this. For LinkedIn, your goals must be specific. They must be measurable. They must be achievable. They must be relevant and time-based. Time-based goal. I want to blow on LinkedIn. What does blow mean? You need to specifically put it out. So let's you say you want to get a job on LinkedIn. Okay, that's a good goal. It's specific. What kind of job? What kind of field? If somebody comes to offer you a job in another field, you wanted a job now, right? What kind of field? It must be measurable. It must be achievable, relevant. It must be time-based. So when do you want to achieve this goal? You want to get a job in tech. You want to get a remote job. Now you are putting some more details to make it specific. And you want to get it in 2024. Time-based. You want to network with prospective employers. How many of them? You want to connect with mentors. How many mentors? When do you want to connect with them? You want to connect with your industry colleagues in other countries in the world, right? I have connections with people who host events, out of the Nigeria, people who host events internationally in other countries as well. You need to be able to say, when do you want to do that? And how many do you want to get? Because if you say, I want to connect, you connect with one, that's connection. Do you want one? Do you want two? Do you want three? Nothing wrong with one, but make it specific. And that's one of the things I'm learning. When you write things down, it is easy for you to go back to them and say that I have to do this. For your LinkedIn goals. Yes, LinkedIn goals. Understand who are the people you want to connect with. Are there, even if it is an internship that you want to get, which field do you want to get an internship with? If it's that you want to build relationships with people, who do you want to build a relationship with? When do you want to build a relationship with them? It's important, right? When I talk about these things, see, I get passionate. I am passionate because I have lost an opportunity on LinkedIn, and years later, I have now gained so many more opportunities on LinkedIn. And what I do is I tell people not to make the mistakes I make so that they don't lose opportunities. I want people to gain opportunities through LinkedIn. It is a gold mine. It is an opportunity to get so many platforms, to get speaking engagements locally and internationally. It is a platform. Even if you are comfortable, you are a thought leader and you can establish that on LinkedIn, right? So your goals must be smart. Your goals must be specific. They must be measurable. They must be achievable, relevant, time-based. Put a time to it. That will now affect everything you want to do. See, when you have a goal on LinkedIn, it would affect anything you want to do. Now you have your goals. You now know that if I need to connect with, these people, how do I connect with them? What do I do? Do I send messages? Do I send emails? Do I send emails within LinkedIn? Do I engage with them? Do I ask for, sometimes you connect to people and you move from relationships that are online to relationships that are offline. Do you want to mentor people? Because there's also impact. How many articles do you want to write to share thought leadership in a year? At the end of the year, if you say that you want to write 24, what that means is that 1 month has gone, 24, right? So how do you divide 24 into the remaining 11 months and make it achievable? Not that by December you will not say, and I wanted to use LinkedIn. No, our goals must be smart and we must work towards them, right? And I hope that we have noted that, right? Remember, it's so important that our goals should be smart. And I have only a few more minutes now, and I'm just going to share some tips on networking on LinkedIn. Networking on LinkedIn. One way to network on LinkedIn is to send connection requests. Send the request. For some people, and I wish I had more time to talk about this, but when you send a connection request, right, you yourself have to show up correct, as we say in Nigeria, to our international audience. What I'm saying is that you must have an attractive profile. So if you send me a connection request, is it something that when I see your profile, your picture, the way your background is, the way your summary, your about is written, the way you present yourself, I will drop everything I'm doing to say, who is this? Who is this person? Right? And that's one of the things we're going to do during my training this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to open our profiles up and say that what are we doing wrongly? What do we need to do better to be able to attract the kind of opportunities we desire? Remember, the opportunities you desire, your profile has to look like it. It has to attract it. And as I said, you don't have to exaggerate anything to do that. How do you need to, sometimes people have profile pictures and they do it innocently. And, just that's the best that they know to do. But there's a way that your profile picture should look on LinkedIn. We're going to share about that. But intentional networking, back to that, connection request, send connection request. Before you send connection request, please optimize your profile. Show up correct. Let your profile look attractive and optimized. I'm going to talk about how to do that in my training on Saturday and Sunday. If you look into the link, it's a 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and if you look into the chat box, the link is already dropped. I believe it will be dropped again. You can sign up, as I mentioned to Jennifer. The early bird is flying to the sky tonight, right? By 12 midnight, the early bird is flying to the sky. And so there's a discount on it. The training is 35,000 naira. I know for financial women, it's like, I raise it to 1 million. But let's do something that is, this is not the one-on-one training, this is a group training. And let's do something that is impactful. And then later on, if you want one-on-one sessions, I'm happy to do that. I offer those services. So 35,000 naira, but there's a discount on it that brings it down to 25,000 today. It's called the early bird discount. So you can click on it and register right away. The next thing you need to do, apart from sending connection requests, is you need to connect vertically and horizontally. Vertically and horizontally. First of all, understand what are the networks that you want to be in, right? Who are the industry experts that you want to be with? Connect with them. That is speaking about vertical connection. Look at your peers. Those are the people that you are connecting horizontally with. In fact, connect up, connect side, connect down. Connect with people. But understand the essential ones. Understand the ones that are more related to your field. That's the industry connections. Understand that. Understand who is a prospective client. That's also important. Let me move on quickly to say the next thing you need to also do is to engage with other people's posts as well. That's also important. Thoughtful feedback. Thoughtful feedback. You know, sometimes somebody gets a promotion and LinkedIn announces it and says, congratulate that person. If you've been looking to network with that person before, my recommendation is that you should jump on that opportunity, but avoid automated responses, because LinkedIn will give you automated response that you can send. So you can just tell somebody, congratulations on this. And maybe that is even what LinkedIn suggests to you. LinkedIn is suggesting that to how many thousand people? How would you stand out? If you write the same thing everybody's saying, that's an opportunity for you to share something that is heartfelt and that is not an automated response. Yes, you can use automated response. It's okay to do that sometimes. I do that sometimes. But when I want to be deliberate, when I want to be intentional about networking, I craft messages that are thoughtful and that are unique. So you need to do that as well. Another thing is be succinct. LinkedIn is a place for professionals. Professionals are busy. Literally, like if I'm sure if I ask you what your schedule is like today, I wrote about time management. I look at the number of deadlines, and that's why we have to do this evening, right? Because we're looking at our schedules and trying to fix what time can work, right? It is hectic. You know, there's this, there's that, there's a meeting, there's a presentation, there's an interview, and things like that. You know, they're hosting interviews and doing a number of things, right? So these things make professionals busy. I'm sure you are here because this is important to you. Otherwise, you're also busy. So imagine you had a long day. You have a 9 to 5. Then you have maybe something you do on the side. Or maybe you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs work 9 to 5 to 9 to 5, if you know what I mean, right? You're doing all of those and somebody sends you a message. And the person says, hello. And then you respond and you say hi. And then the person sends another message. How are you doing? You say, I'm fine. The person says, okay, tell me about yourself. It is good to chat, right? But understand that when you are pitching something or you're trying to be deliberate about something in particular, go straight to the point. Be succinct, brief and straight to the point. Go straight to the point. Hello, my name is Temi Badru. I just listened to your presentation, you know, in the Financial Women Tribe meeting. I just listened to your presentation. I think you did such an incredible job. I'm interested in signing up for your one-on-one mentorship class, and I'd like to ask for more details. What have I done? I have made it more succinct, right? I just listened to you on the FinTribe platform, and I just thought XYZ, more succinct. I'd like to book an appointment, more succinct. I would like to learn from you at this platform, more succinct. I'd like to invite you for this, more succinct. I'd like to hire your services, more succinct. Many of the deals that I have closed, like the major deals I have closed, very brief, very straight to the point. That's when I knew that people don't waste too much time. Hello, Temi. I've seen your work. Would like to engage you for so this. If this is something you are comfortable with, please send us your official email. Send the official email. I send my rate card. They're happy to go. Send invoice. everything is signed. It's just straight to the point. It's not what have you eaten today? Have you eaten rice? Are you okay? Tell me more. This. Understand that people are busy. People want to genuinely connect. And this is what I say to people. If you ever send a message to somebody on LinkedIn that you respect, that you like, that you want to connect with, and they haven't responded, give them grace, because you know how busy it is for you. Now imagine somebody that you look up to. Imagine how hectic they are. So give them grace and just assume that, oh, they missed it, or maybe they were busy. So what do? You follow up. You send a follow-up message. Hello, Temi Badru. Hello, Olivia. Hello, Joy. I dropped you a message. I understand that you must be busy. I just thought to send a reminder. Give people grace. If they miss it again and you follow up professionally and you don't get any feedback, it's okay. Network with other people as well. Someday, and this has happened to me sometimes, someday somebody who I've networked with, I've sent a message to, who didn't see, in fact, in one case, the person didn't see it for years, came back and said, Temi, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing this. Can we still talk about an engagement on this? No problem. I'm not even keeping that in mind. I'm happy to discuss. Let's still talk business if we're available to discuss the business. So understand that professional networking should be succinct. Respect people's time, right? Respect that while networking with them. If you have an event, let me just throw this in as I close. One practical tip to network with people when you even have an event is a pre-eventing network. So what you do in that case is that if I know that I'm going to an event, I'm going to see you, and I want to network with you at that event, or maybe I'm even going because of you. Maybe I'm trying to close a deal with you. Maybe I'm trying to pitch something to you. What I will do is that before the event, I could go to LinkedIn, find you, right, if you're active on LinkedIn, and send you a message telling you that, oh, I saw you are going to be speaking at so thing. I'm also going to be attending. In fact, there have been cases where I'm attending because of someone. I'll send a message saying, oh, hello, I saw you are going to be speaking so place. I've registered to attend because you are speaking. What have I done? I've sent a personalized message and I've stayed top of mind. What if they miss it? It's okay. There's also the event networking. Remember that's pre-event networking? There's the event networking where I'll go to the event. If I can connect with the person in person, while other people are just going to ask for a photo or something, I could ask for a photo. But I'm going there deliberately to say, hello, I sent you a message earlier. I came to attend the event because I heard you'll be speaking here. And I just wanted to say thank you for sharing such thought-provoking sessions, and give them feedback there. What have I done? I double methods, right? I've come in the first place present before the event to network. I've engaged with your content online when you say you're going to be speaking. I'm telling you I'm going to be there on the event day. And this is how some of us need to network with our mentors, our prospective mentors, role models, people we look up to. At the event, you go to the event again, you establish a relationship. Oh, hello, it may be 1 minute, but just to say, I found this program through you on LinkedIn. I'm attending, and I've learned a lot from your session. Thank you. And you could even add, I follow you on LinkedIn. If the person has not gone beyond connection limits, because sometimes there's a connection limit of 30,000 people that you can connect with on LinkedIn. You can even tell the person that you've sent them a connection request. So send a connection request. After the event, that picture you took with that person, remove it from your gallery, upload it. That picture you took at that event generally, share it. What you learned from that meeting, share it on LinkedIn and say, I attended a session with this person and I learned so much. Give a good feedback. You will get the person's attention with this. You will be able to strike a chord. You'll be able to stay top of mind with this. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that time is of the essence, right? Time is of essence. And I know that we are people who also have a lot to do, and we have prioritized this. That's why we are here today. As I close, I want to remind you that nobody, absolutely nobody, was born with an optimized profile. Nobody came with an optimized profile that your profile is already 1 billion followers. Today, Jennifer was saying that I have about 180,000 followers on LinkedIn. I told you my story. I lost an opportunity because I wasn't active on LinkedIn at that time. So nobody was born with an optimized profile. We get optimized profiles We optimize our profile. And like I like to tell people, in consistency lies the power. You're going to, if you implement this, of course, in addition to the things I'm going to be sharing on Saturday and Sunday when you attend my session, if you implement those things, you will see an improvement when you've been able to set your goal. Maybe you give yourself a 1-year timeline. You will see improvement. It won't happen tomorrow. You not wake up tomorrow and say, I optimized my profile yesterday on the 5th of February. 6th of February, I've not seen anything yet, or I've not seen 1,000 likes and 1 billion engagements. Understand the power of consistency. In consistency lies the power. You will get the attention of the professionals, of the entrepreneurs, of the multinationals, of the recruiters, of the international event producers, of people who need you to come and speak at their event, and people who respect you as a thought leader when you are consistent, and especially when you use platforms such as LinkedIn for intentional networking. So it's a platform for building your personal brand. Remember what I said? It's a platform for impact. It's a platform for professional networking. Don't forget, in consistency lies the power. I want you to think about what you can do better with your LinkedIn going forward. What are you doing well? What do you need to do better? What attitude, what posture, what misconceptions have you had? What are you going to change tonight? And how are you going to get more information? Because there's a lot more to share, about this platform, about LinkedIn. And I want to encourage you again to join us on the 11th and 12th of February as we share more intentionally, more deliberately, in an interactive way, in a very practical way, how to leverage LinkedIn for business and career growth. I hope you found this useful. I hope you found this session valuable. Once again, thank you so much to Financial Jennifer. Thank you so much to the Fin Tribe. Thank you so much to everyone who has given me their attention, and has been a part of this session. Thank you very much.
Hey, financial women. For the past 1 hour, we have been glued to our screen. We have over 200 people on YouTube. And
Wow.
this is almost 8 when people are just back from work, they should be resting. But because these women, all of them, they love money. And they know that LinkedIn, when you get it right, it's like, it's a whole lot. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know how busy you are with the many hats you wear, but to say yes to our invite, it means a lot to us. And oh my God, when you told me that the early bird is disappearing today, when God is with you, things align for you. So if we have been a day late, that's how we will miss out on this early bed. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad that we can still join you. Like I told you, personally, this year, I'm like, God, I need to take my LinkedIn serious. My sister, I see how people are getting opportunities here and there. Even people you feel like, oh my God, this person is doing well, but they're getting, you feel like, you're even, or maybe where you work, right, even do better than this person, or maybe this guy that lets me go that day, that kind of thing. This person
you yourself use the platform, so you're not be watching. And Jennifer,
and these are people that are so rude. There are so many opportunities there. So if you're on this call and you want to be intentional with your LinkedIn presence, my sister, if you want me to say, I want to ask for the link, because this one, they say Elibet is disappearing today. I must not hear story. But today it's just 25,000, but by tomorrow, 35,000, extra 10,000. 10,000 you use and buy suya and deliver to me for all the good work I'm doing for us in this community. So please, can you drop the link again? Our people on Facebook. Okay, let me.
I've shared it with you already on Instagram. If you could please, for YouTube people, I'll share it on this page.
I'm on the platform already. It's in front of me. I'm on Facebook.
Okay. Somebody asked whether it is physical or it is virtual. It is virtual, because we don't want a situation where some people can be a part of it. Sometimes we'll do physical, but this one is virtual. So you can join, and we chose 5 p.m. because we know there are some people who are in a time zone that is different. Yeah. So 5 p.m. likely, maybe it's 8 a.m. your time, it still works. Maybe it is 10 a.m. your time, it still works. So it is virtual. You can join from Canada, from Asia, from Oceania, from any continent of the world. Now, another question people usually ask is, what if I miss one session or I miss a few minutes because I have other engagements? We've considered that. So what we are doing is that after the session, we're going to make the session available to people who have paid for 1 week. 1 week replay. So if you missed it, right? Maybe you missed one day, you missed some time, you're like, I must get everything for my work, or you want to even just hear it again and again. You can get that for 1 week. 1 week access to the replay after the session. So yes, those are some of the privileges I thought to add.
That's great. Thank you so much. So our people on YouTube are sending their appreciation. Thank you, Temi, such a great presentation. Congratulations, Temi. You are worth your flowers. Please heap all her flowers on her. Now she's still here with us. Not when she goes. Now you say, she did a great work. Go tell her now. So you have a lot of fans on YouTube. Thank you so much for the insights on LinkedIn. YouTube people, while you are there, hit the subscribe button. I'm saying thank you, Jennifer, for putting this together. Because hit the subscribe button while you are there. Thank you so much, dear speaker. We've learned a whole lot on LinkedIn optimization from you. It was a pleasure listening to you. Imagine if we could invite her to share this short notice, and she's able to give us this practical insight. Do you know what will happen at that workshop, at the training that is coming up? Please, the link is already on the comment. Don't miss. After today, don't say later. Let me go and tomorrow is 35,000. No, it's 35,000 today. Please don't miss it for anything, and trust me, it's going to be worth it. I know it's not everyone I invite to teach us, because the people I do, people that know their onion, and she has a video. It's now 180,000 followers on LinkedIn. If you say how that kind of followers, I'll be here with you people. Sorry, my level must have changed. My shoulders will be high. Okay. Thank you for giving us such invaluable content. This was so captivating. Exactly, it was captivating to have more than 200 people on YouTube. That's something on Zoom within short notice. I'm just sending the link out to them today, and the people were able to make it. Anyway, they know that if it's you, value is coming. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I don't know if you want to take a 1 or 2 questions. I think everything was.
Yeah.
Do you have questions on the coming training? If you have questions on the coming training, please.
Awesome.
Right on, please.
Somebody's asking. So if you have questions, I'm looking at YouTube now. Somebody's asking that, oh, how do you do it as an individual? How do you optimize LinkedIn? That's something we're going to discuss at the training. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you work a 9 to 5, please register for the training. That optimizing is what
the time is up. I told them it's only 1 hour, but that will take. All these your questions. Don't worry. She will answer during the training.
Yes, right. And please, is it possible for us to pin that link that has the training one, because a lot of messages are coming, so that it can stay on top. So anyone
don't worry, I can post it like 100 times. I can also drop it on our group later. I also drop it on our group.
Thank you so much.
For them to. Someone is asking, please, can you learn more about tech on LinkedIn?
Yes, another feature that LinkedIn has is LinkedIn Learning. So there's LinkedIn Learning where you can take courses on different fields, right? You can use that for LinkedIn. First thing, LinkedIn Learning. Another thing is that remember that LinkedIn is a place for, there's like news and trends in different fields. So LinkedIn, they'll be dropping trends, they'll be dropping thoughts, information, insights on LinkedIn. So you can also do that, like go to the people who are dropping. You can follow a particular field, like follow tech, for example. So anything about tech you follow, you learn, or your specific field, because tech is broad. There's product management, there's like, coding, there's like so many things on tech. So you can find the specific people who are doing what you want to do. That's the third thing. And follow them for information. So you're the first to know what is happening in tech in Nigeria and what's happening in tech globally. So LinkedIn is going to give you access to LinkedIn Learning for information. It's going to give you access to LinkedIn news and articles that are written by industry experts. It's also going to give you access to people, because beyond, and trust me, I'm surrounded by tech people, beyond the skill, you need the connection, you need the network. And that's what LinkedIn is going to do for you. So much more on the training. You can just register, just sign up, and I'm happy to see you. If you have more questions, please follow me on social media platforms, Temi Badru, across all social media platforms, TEMIBADRU, Instagram, Temi Badru. I also share nuggets. I use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like my #1 platform, but I also use Instagram. And I've gotten relationships and connections from Instagram, but I understand that LinkedIn is the #1 professional social network. So I'm also on Instagram. I'm happy to connect with you. Temi Badru on Instagram, follow me. Temi Badru on LinkedIn. Temi Badru on Facebook, Twitter or X. I'm getting better with that one. But yes, I'm on those platforms. So please, you can send me a DM. I'll easily get it on LinkedIn and on Instagram. So if you have questions about this session, about the one that is coming, please send me a DM. I'm happy to answer. My team is also on this call. You can send us an email. She's dropped the email address here, connect@voicesandfaces.africa. So you can send an email with all the details, and we're happy to answer and to support as well. Jennifer, thank you so much. You're doing such a phenomenal job. Such a phenomenal job. I don't know if we tell you enough, but you're doing such a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. You give us your time. We know how busy you are, but you still said yes, and you are here. It's in 1 hour of powerful learning from you. I'm looking forward to seeing many of us in that section next week. But early bird is disappearing this night. Save that 10,000. Use that 10,000. Buy suya and send to me. Save it to register tonight. 25,000 naira only to learn how you can maximize your LinkedIn. Trust me, there is a lot you can make from LinkedIn. Is it career growth, international opportunities? You can make that money times 10 from LinkedIn if you are serious with what you are doing. And I know we are going to get a lot from 10. Okay, good night, everyone. You can unmute yourself and say good night. Our YouTube fam, unfortunately, you can't talk to us, but
so sad, but we can see them and their feedback is amazing. And like, they're so kind. Your family is just, they're very warm. Thank you so much.
Big women, there is a way we carry ourselves. You understand?
Come on now.
Hey, okay.
Thank you so much. So
wait, sorry. What did I press? Please unmute yourself. I think I wanted to unmute everyone and I then clicked mute. Can you unmute you are co-host, so you should know.
You don't mute all of us.
I was see me, you may not know best, so
yes, I was saying that somebody's asking if they can still register tomorrow or next, and I said yes, perfectly, you can. It's just that the early bird discount is gone, so you will now pay the original price of 35,000. But please, we want the money, so even tomorrow we're happy. It's just that the price discount is gone, and financial women like to save money. So
yes, of course, we are that smart, so we save money. So see you all in class, LinkedIn class next week, or is it? I think it's this weekend. Today is
this weekend, no, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
See you on Saturday.
Amazing. So good night, everyone. Good night. Remember, appreciate our teacher. You can tag us on your Instagram bio story, or tag her. Appreciate her. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm ending the call now. Good night.
Good night.